What's going on? Move the Mouse here, back in City Skylines. Let's Play Season 7, episode number 30-something, 6? It is the day after Thanksgiving. I had hoped to put a video up Wednesday, but it just didn't happen. We were doing a lot of prep. Yesterday was obviously eating and time with family and friends, and yeah, just getting back into it. So I wanted to show you a little something I did offline. This was kind of a major overhaul, so this took me quite a while to kind of figure out and mess around with, and I don't think it would have been the most entertaining video, but basically I've revamped the entire industrial island that was over here. I'll show you a little before and after, because not only is it very different from a road layout perspective, but I've also added a bit of landmass here where there was previously a little cutout. But what I've done here is I've brought highway into the area, and it actually loops around, and there's 4 different industrial zones. So we've got our ore over here, our oil, our farms, and the wood kind of up top. If I pull up the view here of the different districts, it's actually a little easier to see how it's broken out. So we've got our forestry business, Morningwood. We've got Woodland Farms, Meadow Petrochemicals, and Hamilton Ore. So ore, oil, farming, and wood. All crammed in onto this island. They all kind of have their own exit. So you can see here that if you wanted to come in to the ore business, you can dump into here. We're importing ore into these sand lots and then processing them into glass and metals, which we can then store at some of the warehouses that we've got in the area. If we keep continuing down, the next exit actually takes everyone to the train yard and these last few businesses that are on fire right now. That's unfortunate. Hopefully a fire truck is on the way right there. Hopefully it gets there in time. So yeah, these are the last few zoned industries on the island. If you wanted to get into the oil business, there's a tiny little exit right here, and it's not the most efficient thing, but it does the trick. When we got really backed up at the beginning was when we had kind of all these requesting to be filled at the same time for the first time, and you can see they're mostly full now. That one is empty. Why do we empty? I think I emptied that one because I was going to move it. I was going to do a little roundabout right here, and I ended up not needing it because once these kind of all get filled, it puts a lot less truck traffic demand on filling these, and it's just moving the goods around the area. Here we've got, again, some more barracks. Actually, did I add barracks on this one? I did. I added a few barracks to increase the worker count. If we continue on this way, so if you come all the way around this loop, there's another exit and entrance that gets you into the farming area, and then another little one down here that gets you into the wood area. But here's the big thing, even though we're getting a little bit of lag right now, what this did by reducing the industrial, the number of industrial buildings here, is this greatly reduced the traffic. You can see things are flowing around the area very well, and if you're in the zone and need to come back, there is a turnaround on the highway. So that is possible. I could actually probably get rid of this on-ramp if I wanted to, because they can get on right there. And that would make it a little easier for them to path over and turn left if they needed to, without having to cut over potentially 2 lanes like that guy just did. But things are moving. And more importantly, if we go way over here, this is the exit to that part of the city. So the stuff that is on this section is exiting into our little township over here. The stuff that's taking this exit is trucks bound for the industrial zone, and over here these are the trucks from the industrial zone getting back on, and you can see it's moving great. And what that has done is caused it so that there is not a backup on this highway, which I think in the last episode was past this particular exit. So now this exit's flowing, which means things down here are flowing a little better. This is still a point of congestion right here where these 2 lanes meet. As long as they're not backing up to where they're slowing traffic from splitting back here, that's totally fine. A little bit of traffic on here, not a bad thing. Where we're at overall is 83%, and that's a remarkable improvement from where we were at. We still have a lot of traffic on this strip, which we knew. And I think a couple episodes back, we set up a roundabout in here. And it's not perfect, but it's moving. Throw it back. A little bit on daylight. Pretty much every episode I forget to turn the time cycle off. I think there's a way to save that. But you might have to load the configuration every time. I don't know. If somebody knows a way to automate the, what is it? What is this one called? Ultimate Eye Candy time of day presets. Let me know in the comments down below. So hopefully everybody had a good Thanksgiving, fun with family and friends. If you're celebrating, if you're in other parts of the world, it was just another Thursday, but it's a big holiday here in the United States. Some people might be shopping for Black Friday today, but hopefully you're just still relaxing, spending time with family and friends. I know that's what I would prefer to do instead of shopping today. And that even goes for Amazon, unless there's some really good deal, but at some point we'll have to work on this a little bit more. I think this is more me messing up lane management than anything else. We also could extend this 3-lane to at least there, I think. I think that might help. One way to find out is rather than have them pinch here, let's have them pinch up this way where they might potentially have traffic getting off, which creates a dedicated exit lane for them, and then the other 2 lanes can carry on that way. But back here, let's force the entrance traffic. Come on. It's not recognizing the hitbox. So we could have everybody entering the highway enter into their own lane. And then we could have everybody here shift over. Or let's have everybody shift over and then give the option for these people to shift over and give these people the option to go straight. Let's see what that does. Let's see if that smooths that out at all. In theory, it should. But it was already getting backed up way back here, so that's not even a problem with this spot. We need to see if this piece on screen is moving faster. And it looks like this is where they're lane changing now. So it looks like we made it smoother for people to get onto the highway since they have a dedicated lane, but then they're kind of hanging up here and deciding like, oh, I should lane change up this way. Might have made things worse. That's okay. Sometimes we do that. Sometimes we do that to make things better. Let's come in and clean up a little bit here. So if we move it on this and bulldoze it. No? Okay. Move it. Bulldoze it. Thank you. So if you're on PC and you have Move It, quick way to empty a landfill or a cemetery. If you're on console and you have Natural Disasters DLC, you can also sinkhole or collapse this building. Collapse happens faster, and we'll let you do the same thing. Whoa, lag. So where are we at? Well, I mean, we're in pretty good shape. This industrial fix definitely helped a lot. This was a huge thing for our map. But having reduced the amount of buildings over here, reduced the traffic, also reduced the number of jobs that are available. So I hesitate to look at this, but I think it's going to be like in the 20s. 19%. Okay, we are working on an improvement. It was up in the 20s when I had gutted everything before everybody had a job to come back to. I'll keep an eye on these and we'll level these up. We may as well. You can see that now that I've got this one filling again. Again, I had turned that off of fill because I was going to make a little roundabout here. But once the traffic settled down, I didn't need to make a roundabout. So the only time you're going to see this back up is when we trigger a mass influx of trucks, which we've done by saying, hey, we need this filled, and it's also closest to this intersection. I think if we move this back even, we could move this and say, hey, the one to fill is back here now. And that would reduce some of that truck traffic. But we're almost full. And as you can see, it comes and goes. And once all these are full, it's actually going to greatly reduce truck traffic in the area. I connected each zone also, I think. Yeah. Each zone's connected now to a metro station over here. So if you work in the area, you can come direct to the ore, the oil, the farm, or the wood. And that all connects into one of our more popular stops, the intersection of the red and orange line, which, if we come over here, actually, let's sort by passengers. So red and orange, the second most and fourth most popular lines, meet at that green line for the industrial area. So there's a large number of people that take those two subway lines, and this hooks them up into there. What we should do at some point is potentially hook one up through here that comes up to there, just to hook up these areas of the map that are a little bit separated from where mass transit is an option. Not enough goods to sell, so we could make more goods on map, and that's partially what our industrial demand is all about. We've got a decent amount of commercial and climbing residential. I think what I'll do up here is do one more highway exit and bring kind of a piece of highway through here, so that as we expand this portion of residential, there's another way out to the highway, and we'll have to think of again, how to kind of hook that into the metro. I think it only makes sense to have a couple neighborhoods that come through over on this side. This just seems like a bit of area that we could populate. And then, yeah, and there's all kinds of little projects. What's going on over at our school? I think I never added all the sports. We have aquatics, baseball, and football. American football, that is. So we could get basketball and track and field in here somewhere. Maybe we can cram them in right here, just for the fun of it, since we're here. What was this? Regular university? I guess that doesn't matter with the sports, because that's not on the school tab. It's on the sports tab. So it doesn't really matter. Didn't need to check that. But yeah, what have we not put in? We haven't put in track and field and basketball. So for right now, we'll throw track and field over there, and maybe we can get basketball over here. Come on. It will let me do that, so we'll do that for now, just because we haven't had those two sports in our city. Let's make sure they're part of the campus, otherwise they become city sports buildings and not campus specific. And we'll go into our info. Academic works, we don't need to fund anymore because we've researched everything. We now have 5 teams. Let's say 3 coaches per team and boys and girls team, which means that we should probably crank this up. Oh, it doesn't even work. Unless my math is off. 25 coaches, sure. We'll crank up the cheerleading budget, and we'll leave the ticket prices where they are at. Now, that is going to tank our money immediately, but it should increase campus attractiveness. Better sports teams mean more money for the school, which means more money for the city. So we will keep an eye on that and make sure that we're still profitable and making money. But that's kind of an update of where things are at today. So not so much of a build as much of it was a recap of the before and after that happened over here in the industrial area. We will try and get all these to level 5, but it's kind of tough given the space. Let me see where this is at. We actually have enough workers for the next level, but we'll need more workers to get to level 5, and we just need to produce goods. So ore's in good shape. Oil is already at level 5. What is this at? We've got the workers. We just need the goods. That'll get us to level 4. Level 4, level 5? That'll get us to level 5? What? How are we... I am clicking on a wood building, which is the top part of this block. Let's click on an actual farm building. Okay, there we go. So I need a bunch more workers at the farms. So let's cram in some barracks in the space that we have here. Is this one little... Get out of here. Move out. Oh, just break it. One little industry building still clinging to life over there. So we'll go into, let's see, Woodland Farms? Woodland Farms. I had to name that confusing, of course. It's a farm, not woodland. So we'll put in some more barracks over here to increase the worker count. Let's see what that gets us up to for a potential workforce. So we've got enough workers. We'll see what the cap is when we hit the next level, but that will allow us a little bit of expansion over here. These have been tough, so the wood barracks are absolutely huge. So that's not a good way to increase our count of workers. But we can see in here that we're definitely going to need something a little different of an approach, because we'll hit this next one, we won't hit the one after that. But just a quick one for today. So I'm going to call it quits here. Say happy Black Friday. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. If you're in other parts of the world, I hope you're having a fun weekend, regardless of whether you're celebrating or not. If you can make it, tune in tomorrow night, Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. That's GMT -4 for those of you in other parts of the world. I'm going to be diving into another session of the Outer Worlds. I hope I got some people interested in playing the game. But if you want to check out more, I think I'll be playing more on stream, at least for one more session, to get a taste of the game out there and let people know what it's all about. But if you're interested in seeing more of it, stop by there and say hello, watch the replay, whatever you can. Let me know in the comments or in the live chat what you think, what you want to see more of, and what should be coming in 2020. We got to start thinking about that. It's almost the end of the year, and it always makes me kind of mentally hit the reset switch and think about new projects, new videos I could be working on, new games we could be playing, and upgrades to do to the setup. So much stuff happening over the next couple weeks, but we'll get back into a more regular schedule next week. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, likes, comments, and shares all help the channel a lot and are greatly appreciated. If you're new here, subscribe for more and consider hitting the bell to get notifications on updates in this and other series. Follow me on Twitter and join the Discord if you want to get involved in the discussion. But with all that out of the way, it's a quick one for today, saying happy holidays. We'll see you next week, or maybe tomorrow night for the live stream. But until then, this is Move the Mouse, signing off.